We have to take a closer look at the kitchen scene in episode 8 with Conrad and Belly. This was one of the best scenes this season and really in this entire series because so much was communicated through these characters beyond just the written dialogue. Chris Briney is such a nuanced actor, and this is one of those performances where you can see just how much subtlety he brings into his acting. All the details in this scene, the tiny gestures, the micro expressions, added so much complexity not only to the character of Conrad, but also to the whole story. So let's do a scene study and look at some of the key details in this performance that help tell the story. So in this scene, literally just hours earlier, Conrad had told Belly on the beach that he loves her and pleaded with her to be with him instead of marrying Jeremiah. And Belly had rejected him in the most painful way. So we can imagine where Conrad is emotionally as he begins this conversation. How devastated he must be that Belly doesn't reciprocate his feelings. How embarrassed he must feel having to face her again. And how eager he must be to fix things so he doesn't completely ruin the wedding.
Listen, about last night.
Look at his body language here.
Can we just forget that it ever happened? I was drunk off my ass. I was way out of line. I'm really sorry.
So that thing that he did with his hands, that was a physical manifestation of his hesitation, showing us that Conrad was wrestling with himself about what he was going to say to Belly, and he resorted to telling a lie, saying that he was drunk. Conrad's motivation here was to salvage the situation, so what he said to Belly on the beach could be dismissed as a drunken mistake instead of a genuine love confession. But the significance of this lie is that it's him resorting to his old way of dealing with things, of taking things back and putting a band-aid on a problem by denying the truth. And we can see how hesitant he was to do it, and how uncomfortable it actually makes him when he then tries to double down on that lie as the scene continues.
You weren't drunk.
Yeah, I was.
Oh my God, you haven't changed at all.
You see how he couldn't even look her in the eye and tell that lie again? He could barely even finish what he was saying without looking disappointed in himself, which tells us that Conrad didn't feel good about lying to Belly. Pay attention to his eyes in this next clip.
You bring all this up the weekend of my wedding? And you just want me to forget it?
What are you saying that you don't want to forget?
You see what he just did? That quick look to Belly at the end? I love that. Conrad was kind of trying to make a joke here, but when his eyes cut to her, it tells us that he's only half joking. With this one look, we can see that Conrad is still wondering, hoping, examining whether there is a part of Belly that's feeling something. And the reason for this is twofold. One, it's because of Conrad's intuition and his deep connection to Belly, that despite her verbal rejection of him, there's a part of Conrad that knows there's something between them. He felt it in all those moments that they had shared. The second reason for Conrad's flash of hope is because why wouldn't Belly just want to forget it? If she truly has no feelings for him, then Conrad's declaration of love wouldn't have meant anything. It would have probably just made her feel awkward and uncomfortable, in which case, why wouldn't she just let it go and dismiss it as a drunken incident and move on?
You know what? You're sick. Don't you understand that you can't play with people like that?
Belly, wait.
Conrad's expression here is one of realization and regret. He's realizing that by backtracking on his confession, he's causing Belly to misunderstand his intentions, just like what happened at the motel, and that's not a mistake he wants to make again. Conrad doesn't want to lie to Belly. He doesn't want her to think that he's playing with her feelings, but she did reject him. Yet, she's also not letting it go. Of course, we the audience know it's because Belly's just too scared to admit that she still loves him. So in this conversation, her inner conflict is fueled by the fact that she's strongly affected by Conrad and her feelings for him. But at the same time, she's still holding on to her denial. And because of this, we see her now begin to project her frustrations onto Conrad.
Oh, don't say my name. Don't even think it. You know what? Don't ever speak to me again.
Come on, Belly, that's gonna be a little hard considering you're marrying my brother.
I'm marrying your fucking brother, and what am I supposed to say to him now? I'm supposed to let you stand up there with him on his wedding day? I want you to leave. I want you to make up one of your bullshit excuses, and I want you to go to Boston, to California. I don't even care where. Just get out of here.
I'm not leaving, Belly.
Go. Just go. Go.
What did you expect me to say, Belly?
Stop saying my name.
I love her exasperation here because it reveals that Belly's frustration is really with herself. Just Conrad simply saying her name affects her so much, but because she's too scared to admit her true feelings, she's projecting hard. She's upset at him for playing with her feelings, for making it hard for her to face Jeremiah, but that's all because she has feelings for Conrad. If she didn't, she wouldn't feel so conflicted and agonized. And because Belly is not ready to face the truth, she just wants these feelings to go away. She wants an easy external solution to her internal problems. If Conrad would just leave, if he would just never talk to her again, then she wouldn't have to deal with these feelings anymore. She can just go on to marry Jeremiah as if everything's fine. And Conrad is starting to feel frustrated too, because Belly is really having an outsized reaction for someone who rejected him and claims to feel nothing, yet also doesn't seem to want to let it go.
What do you want from me? I laid myself fucking bare last night. I put it all out there, and you shut me down. And now here I am, trying to let you off the hook, trying to come out of this with a little piece of pride, and you won't let me have that.
We can understand Conrad's growing frustration, because if Belly feels nothing, then why can they just forget it and move on? Why is she choosing to not let it go, as if she wants him to grovel? That's why he says this next.
You broke my heart last night, Belly. Is that what you want to hear?
You really are heartless.
No. I think it too was heartless.
Belly calls Conrad heartless because when he tells her things like he's heartbroken over her, it makes her feel even more conflicted. But she's not realizing that she feels conflicted because of her own feelings for him. That's not Conrad's fault. And Conrad tells Belly she's heartless because she not only rejected him, she's also not letting go of the fact that he loves her. But for what?
What is that supposed to mean?
This look right here. Conrad realizes something's going on, that she's really not letting this die. She's pressing him to explain himself, but to him, what's there to really explain except to confirm that he indeed meant it when he said he still loves her?
Tell me what you mean by that.
You know what I mean by that. I love you. I will never not love you.
I think you know that. I think you've known all along.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
Conrad finally realizes, without a doubt, that Belly still loves him and that she's just not admitting it. It's why she's so upset. It's why she can't let this go. And we see Conrad begin to challenge Belly to confront her true feelings.
We dated for a couple months when I was in high school. And I'm somehow supposed to know that you're still not over that after all these years?
It hasn't been years since Christmas.
Christmas. What about it?
Did you catch that little hump from Conrad? He's calling her bluff. Belly's so caught off guard by the fact that Conrad would directly mention Christmas that she straight up denies knowing what he's talking about. They've both spent so much time always ignoring the elephant in the room that Belly's completely unprepared to deal with Conrad being this direct. But Conrad doesn't back down. He knows that she feels something all those times. He knows in his heart that she still loves him. So he presses her and closes the distance between them both physically and emotionally.
What about the day we went to Michael's? Or when I cut my leg surfing?
Nothing.
Okay. Fine. Have it your way. I'm not pretending for you anymore.
Belly may choose to hold on to her denial, but Conrad's not going to help her do it anymore. For so long, they've both enabled each other to deny their true feelings, to pretend like there's nothing between them, to pretend like they can just be friends. But Conrad's not going back. He's choosing honesty and truth from this point on, and he's challenging Belly to do the same. I love this scene so much. Let me know what you thought of it.